Now that we're done sewing those pieces, we're going to go to the work table. You're not going to cut these apart, just leave those together for now. We're going to iron them next. These pieces need clipping. This one does not. That one will turn and iron. So these two are what we're going to talk about right now. We are going to do this. So around the curved edge, we have to remove fabric. That's called notching. And on the sharp corner, we have to remove the wings. So we're going to cut in at an angle on both of those. So let me show you how we do that. And then I do another cut over here. The reason we do that, this is going to have to fold into this space, and that one's going to fold in. I don't have any overlap. If I don't do that, if you just try to turn it, we have all this fabric that's competing for the same space. So we're going to get rid of that fabric. We do not need it in there. To do the round corner, you know, you could go this way if you want to. Make 2 snips in. I like to fold my fabric and just cut. And if you can see, I'm getting as close to that sewing as I can without being in danger of cutting the thread. We don't want to cut the thread. And I want you to see, you see the nice big stitch I have? We don't need to use tiny stitches on these pieces because none of these are stress bearing seams. Once this part is done, we're going to take that pocket, that's a pocket flap, we're going to turn it through that little hole we left. And you'll remember my hole was pretty small, but it's easy enough to get everything to come out of there. And then if you've got chopsticks or, you know, just anything. A pencil, yeah, you know. Lead. Well, if you've got a regular wood pencil, it's going to be a little tricky because that lead's going to be in there. So either break the lead off or use a mechanical pencil or a stick that's been sharpened a little bit. So then I like to take and run it along, I'm pushing inside along this seam to get that to not have a pleat. Okay, now we're going to be able to lay that on the ironing machine. And once we've got it pressed really well, we'll be able to just lay this on the outside of the bag, stitch it down. That's going to stitch my hole shut. So all I have to do really is make sure that these strings are tucked inside. And once they're tucked inside and we come across with our top stitching, that is nice and secure. And when the flap is picked up, you're not going to see any raw edges, so that's really a good trick.